Feeling overwhelmed? People freaking out on airplanes? There's a lot of people like losing it. And I think that part of it is we all need the skills to manage our own energy and to build what I like to call holistic resilience. So the ability to bounce back from challenges. And one of the things that happens in this stress recovery process is learning how to frame time. Like, here's what I want to offer you today that might be helpful. I hope so. Is if you're feeling that overwhelm, like, oh, there's just too much going on, there's either too much to do or there's too much coming in, how do you live one day at a time? It's sort of like the message of living in the now, right? You hear that term out, living in the present, living in the now. And what these things do is it takes this great big picture of overwhelm and shrinks it down into like a boundary. And in recovery programs, one day at a time is a big deal. It's one of the tenets where we're just, can you make it through for one more day? Yes, I can put off the tragic for tomorrow and I can just do now. And that has saved my butt so many times. I mean, sometimes it was just an hour at a time. And that really works. And so it can work really in any circumstance when you're thinking, okay, this is too much for me. Just sort of regroup, change your perception of how you're framing the time and the situation and shrink it down into a smaller, like a micro-tasking unit. Put it that way. That's a productivity way of doing things. You have a huge, big project, chunk it down into tiny pieces. I'm all about that. So using that for stress management is huge. So if you need to, oh my gosh, I got to clean my whole house, how about just a corner of a room? If you say, oh my gosh, there's too many people wanting things for me, how do you just set all the boundaries and just do one requirement at a time and just compartmentalize the rest? And there are ways to do that too. So I wanted to offer you that wonderful tool of a day at a time or even a moment at a time. And just sing along, one day at a time. Have a great day. Just one.